Rudy Gobert could have 10.5 rebounds.
He's a shell of himself.
You're a shell of yourself.
They're going to win the World Series this year. First time since 1991.
LeBron, you ignorant schmuck.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. You know what that stands for. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Class, and joined by
Jabron.
You're looking like a lumberjack over there, LeBron,
Yes, sir.
with that beard. There we go.
Got the playoff beard already.
The parlay pounder.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Well, look, we got to talk. I mean, we're getting into June here.
Yep.
We're in the middle of summer.
Yep.
Let's talk NFL.
Let's do it.
Okay. We're going to talk some divisional odds here.
Yeah.
We got to get on over to the AFC East.
Correct.
The Bills are once and again your favorite, and they've won it the last 3 years.
Yep.
And that was before the New England ran supreme. Got a little trivia question here to start off with. Name the last time a team won the division that wasn't the Bills or the Patriots.
What year was it?
What year was it and what team was it? I mean, let's see if you can get it.
Well, Brady, 2002. Let's go 2000 and let's go the Jets.
All right, very close. 2002, the New York Jets won the division, but it was 2008.
Oh, okay.
The Miami Dolphins snuck one in there.
Snuck one in there.
They won 11-5.
Okay.
They were at a plus 2,500. New England would have won it like 25 years in a row had Miami not gotten
right.
and won that one.
Yep.
They snuck in there, and I think the Patriots did that with like Matt Cassell.
Yeah.
And they still won 11 games. It was insane.
Matt Castle.
But yeah, Matt Castle. That's right.
You're
okay.
good. Same thing.
So I'm looking at a few books here. I got about 4 or 5 books opened up in front of me here. Bills are anywhere from plus 160 to a plus 175. Pretty consistent there. Patriots bring up the rear. And let's start with the Patriots there. I mean, you're looking at plus 1,800, plus 2,500, depending where. FanDuel. Plus 2,700.
Yeah.
No faith in the Patriots there from FanDuel.
No, you really can't. Like you just said, they went on that historic run from 2001 to 2019 with 17-time division winner. So they haven't finished above 500 in the past 4 years. Yeah. Bill Belichick is out. Jared Mayo is the head coach. And the Patriots haven't decided who their starting quarterback is.
Drake May, bro.
That is my best bet for the New England Patriots' future. He is at plus money. Future? He has that plus money right now to start week 1. He's at a plus 200.
Well,
over Jacoby Brissett is a minus 260. A lot of people think Jacoby Brissett is the guy.
Yeah.
I don't understand in a rebuilding system like this, why wouldn't you just play the guy that you're going to play?
Well, they don't want to throw him out there to the Wolves, but you spent the number 3 overall pick.
Play him.
Get him as many snaps. I kind of agree with you here, and you know what you have with Jacoby Brissett.
Well,
I mean,
and
you've seen it. We've seen it.
You're not trying to be good either. Like, you can't be.
Yeah,
you can't be in this star-studded division.
Yeah.
You're not going to be good. Give Drake the experience that he needs against really, really good teams. Plus 200, Drake May start week 1. I love it.
I mean, FanDuel has you at plus 2,700. I mean, get the memo.
Get the guy in the game.
We all got it. We all got it. So if we move up, now it gets really tight. It gets really interesting.
No doubt.
Because the Jets are basicly, they're right there. I'm looking at a plus 200, but they are slotted in that 3-hole there. If you take the aggregate, if you take the consensus, they're in that 3-hole. The Jets are tricky because they had a really tough year last year.
Tough start to the year for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Very tough start to the year. But, I mean, Aaron Rodgers went down. Okay, and I was just looking at it. I had the stats pulled up here. It's just insane. They were 30th in passing yards last year out of 32 teams. They were 29th in points scored per game. Less than 16 points per game in the NFL.
Yes.
Everything's geared for you to score touchdowns, multiple touchdowns a quarter. And they couldn't even put
No, they could not.
2.5.
No, they could not.
And you got to believe that that's going to change very quickly if Aaron Rodgers is back under center.
Yeah, Andy. It's simply put, Rodgers is back.
Yeah.
Will he be able to push them past Miami and Buffalo? Can you trust the future first ballot Hall of Famer to revive this New York franchise?
Seen crazier things.
I have seen crazier stuff, but absolutely not. Andy. This guy is coming off an injury. He's 40 years old.
Yeah.
I hate all the hype that's coming around the Jets because I got into it a little bit last year.
Yeah.
Okay, he coming off some good years in Green Bay still.
Yeah.
He can still
MVP years.
He can still do it. He can still do it.
Yeah.
He just got hurt, Andy. Now he's coming into a situation where everybody's saying that he's going to be a contender in this division. I don't believe it. My best bet for the New York Jets, Andy, is for them not to make the playoffs. It's at plus 135 right now. I'm getting plus money for the New York Jets not to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that, cash it at the bank. They are not making the playoffs. There's no way that 3 teams in this division are making it, and they're the third team to me.
And you're just saying, I'm just betting on what happens 9 out of 10 years on average.
Yeah.
They're not going to make the playoffs.
Well, since 2002.
Since 2002, so 20 years.
No.
Oh, my God. And on top of that, on the other side of the ball, one of their arguably best pass rushers, Reddick, he's already come out public.
Hassan.
I'm not going to OTAs not until I get my contract reworked. And we know how the Jets are with this stuff. They're like, then sit out.
Yeah, then sit out.
We've been through this before. We don't care.
We don't want 9.5 wins, and neither does Jared.
Neither do you. So, all right. Well, okay. Well,
that's my hot take on the Jets.
Okay.
I just don't like it. I hope all the best for A-Rod. I just think he's too old, and they don't have enough around him.
Okay.
I don't believe.
I kind of like where you're going though with these best bets. So the Patriots' best bet is Drake May to start week 1.
Yep.
And then your Jets' best bet is not to make the playoffs.
Correct.
Here we go. All right. Well, let's move on up the ladder here.
Yep.
And depending where you get this one, Dolphins at a plus 175. You can get them a little bit better.
Yep.
Tied with the Jets at a plus 200.
Correct.
I think there's an easier path here for the Dolphins to get there, right?
No doubt.
Tua knows he needs to stay healthy. He knows he needs to get rid of the ball earlier. It was a scary moment a couple of seasons ago, right, with the head injuries. I don't know if Odell Beckham Jr. is going to make that big of a difference.
Probably not.
But it's another weapon out there.
Another weapon.
It's nice to have.
They have 2 of the best receivers in the entire world. They don't need them. If he can make a couple touchdowns, if he can make 5 touchdowns, it's a great season for Odell. So with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek, I'm not thinking about Odell at all.
Yeah, and they picked up Patrick Paul, maybe the best offensive tackle out of the
yes, sir.
What was that, AAC conference
Correct.
or something like that? No, Houston's in the Big 12 now.
Houston, a Big 12 team.
So maybe one of the best tackles out of the Big 12.
Could be.
But anyway, that should help Tua a little bit here.
Yeah.
And they also got an edge rusher, first rounder out of Penn State. So
Correct.
I like their draft,
No
too.
doubt.
And they got all the bells and whistles. They're a fun team, and they were knocking on the door the past 2 or 3 seasons. And I don't know. There's a lot of chatter out there, and you might have saw it last year that the Bills are starting to decline.
Yeah.
That massive contract is starting to that they spent on Jared Allen.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is catching up with them, and this might be the Dolphins' time. I don't know. I mean, they did it back in 2008.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Andy. I mean, the whole thing with Miami to me is even last year they had it and then they lost it.
Yeah.
The Dolphins have finished second in the division back-to-back years, and both of their AFC East losses this past season came at the hands of the Buffalo Bills.
Right. Yeah.
If they could have split the Buffalo Bills series, they would be division winners here, as they outscored the Patriots in the Jets 119-47. Andy, they are absolutely point scorers on this side of the ball. So it just comes down to, can Miami finally overcome Buffalo? The way that I look at this, Andy, is you're not dropping a lot of value by betting on Buffalo in this division,
right?
When you know that you have the outright best team. Mm-hmm. To me, they still are. I like the way that Miami can score points and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But the overall trump card of everything is Josh Allen in that Buffalo Bills defense. Mm-hmm. So no matter what, I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. You're not giving up much value.
No, you're not. No.
So
plus 175 on some books.
Exactly. So I still I like the Dolphins. I just don't believe that I'm going to pick them over the Buffalo Bills without without that plus money looking me in the face.
I mean, who did they get at receiver for Allen to fill in the void? Or are they still working on that?
No, I don't even know.
Yeah, so I mean, but that's just how much faith you have in Allen.
Yeah.
And that defense too.
Yeah.
I mean, that gets overlooked because we all want to talk about their offense and how much fun it was, with Diggs and Allen. And quiet secret here, and maybe the secret's out. Allen likes to run the ball, and he's led the NFL in rushing in the AFC anyway.
Yeah.
And everyone's thinking Lamar Jackson this MVP and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And yes, when he gets out of the pocket and scrambles and makes guys miss, it's jaw dropping. It's SportsCenter top 10, all those things. But it's Allen who's been racking up the yards on the ground more than any quarterback in the league the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, for sure, Andy. And I'll just read down the depth chart for the Buffalo Bills right now. Khalil Shakir, Keenan Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Chase Claypool, Mac Hollins. So they do have some.
Bro, are you going to go to tryout day? Are you going to try and get back on there?
Maybe I should try out for these guys.
Redo those Wayne State days, right?
No, but I still don't care. He's the overall trump card. The thing that I have for the Miami Dolphins, my overall best bet for them, I think Tyreek Hill, they will give him the nod this year at Offensive Player of the Year. That's at plus 650 right now. Wow. They kind of overshadowed him with Christian McCaffrey last year. It's hard not to.
Right.
So I do believe that Tyreek can put up close to 2,000 yards again because they're not going to quit throwing him the ball. So plus 650, I think it's really good odds for Offensive Player of the Year for Tyreek Hill.
I like that too, and everything kind of points at him having another season like he has.
Yep.
Like he has, and Tua's not going to take his foot off. He's big arm. He can get it down there.
He can get it down there.
All those things.
And he has pieces around him that draw the double coverage off him.
Sure.
You gotta cover Jalen Waddle. You gotta cover Odell now.
Yep.
But no, I just like Tyreek. He's going to be explosive this year. Yep. First rounder in most fantasies. So
and it's kind of their schedule. If you look at it, they play the Bills twice. Let's go start right there in the division.
Yep.
The Bills love to just outscore you.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Let's score touchdowns.
Let's score touchdowns. And if that's the case, and also there's a voter fatigue.
No doubt.
We've been hearing about Christian McCaffrey for a long time now. Yep. We've given him his flowers. Let's let somebody else. That creeps into this type of a thing.
And that's my best Bills.
Best Bills bet. You have another one?
Josh Allen, regular season MVP. Just like we said, he doesn't have a lot of weapons around him. As of right now, he is going to have a big year in this division, and people are going to start talking about it. He doesn't have the weapons. He doesn't have Stephon Diggs. Right. And how is he still winning these games? Plus 850 right now, Andy. I believe it's really great odds for one of the best players in the NFL. Yeah. I still don't believe they can compete with the Chiefs or the Ravens. So I think they will just bend the knee to him. Here's your MVP. Yeah. You've been needing one. Mahomes has one. Lamar has one. Here you go.
Yeah, here you go. And there's going to be a lot put on his plate, and we've seen it in past seasons where he just kind of tries a little too hard, but he gets the stats in the process.
He gets the stats in the process. You know what I mean? It's the Aaron Rodgers effect, is what I like to call it.
There you go. That's nice. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers at the Packers late in his career, giving him those MVPs because he's making it happen without huge playmakers down the sidelines.
Yep, no help around. Yeah, I fully agree with you on that one.
Let's go!
So you heard the horn. That means we're up against it, but we've got to take a quick minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is the Stock and Rod Company, an outdoor lifestyle brand for those seeking adventure. Whether it's hunting, fishing, hiking, they got you covered. Visit stockandrod.com to get your wild game on. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.